final examinations of that distinguished institution, 97%. Of course, there were those who claimed that a more recent candidate had achieved an even higher mark, but no hard evidence had ever been produced to back up that claim. And even if such evidence were to materialize, it would not weaken Mamakutsi's status as the holder of the highest mark at the time at which she graduated. Old records might be broken by subsequent achievements, but they remained records at the time at which they were chalked up, and could still be considered records even after they had fallen. Glories accrued through diligent study or hard work should not be taken away from those who have achieved them. They remained in memory, their glow increasing with the passage of time. But there was more. Makutsi was also a wife, a mother, a private detective, an authority on fashionable shoes, a non-executive director of the Double Comfort furniture store, and a member of a community advisory panel established by their neighbour, Mr. Lebogang Motsumi. Lebogang meant in Setswana, "be thankful," a benign name that certainly suited the mild and affable nature of Mr. Motsumi, who was generally viewed by his neighbours as a model citizen. Every community needs somebody who will take on the jobs that need to be done, Makutsi observed to her husband, Mr. Puti Radiputi. There has to be somebody who is prepared to step forward. You are right, Grace, said Puti. Otherwise things go to their dogs. That has happened in some places where nobody will take on any of these jobs that have to be done. There are many people who look over their shoulder when they are asked to help out, said Makutsi. They look for somebody who is standing behind them. Then they point to that person and say he will be the one to do this thing. That is what happens, I think, Puti. Puti thought about this and remembered the sign that he had seen by a roadside down near Lobatse. The sign was a large one, the lettering stencilled in black against the light blue that was Botswana's national colour. It proclaimed, "This improvement project is supported by the Lobatse Improvement Committee." And underneath that, as a message in smaller letters, "Look the future in the face with us." There was that sign near Lobatse, Puti said. I pointed it out to you, Remember? Makutsi did remember. We saw it every time we went down there, she said, smiling at the memory. But when we looked for a project, there was nothing to be seen, just empty bush and some goats nibbling at the thorn bushes. Perhaps the goats were the project, suggested Puti Radiputi. She shook her head. No, I don't think so. I believe that the people who were behind their project forgot about it, or went away and couldn't find anybody to take it over. And then the ants started to eat the sign, and it began to look shakier and shakier. It is good that we have Mr. Lebogang Motsumi, mused Puti. He is a real asset to the community. Makutsi agreed. She had taken no persuading to be a member of his advisory panel, but had never been at all sure what its function was. There had been 3 meetings so far, each of them held in the living room of Mr. Motsumi's house, and the panel members had all gone away at the end of the meetings feeling replete, even if confused as to why they were there. There is a tradition in Botswana that no function is complete without the consumption of food, and the meeting at the Motsumi house had more than honoured this custom. Motsumi, a cheerful, traditionally built lady, had surpassed herself in her baking efforts for the occasion, and the 6 members of the panel had all eaten far too many of her savoury scones and cheese straws, along with numerous slices of her double chocolate cake, to feel comfortable when it came to the business of the meeting. It quickly became apparent to Mr. Motsumi, who was occupying the chair, that there was no heart for business, which did not matter.